Building a new streaming PC, part 1.
As most of you guys know, I used to play games on PS5 and stream from this PC.
It has i7 6700K, 32 gigs of RAM,
And right now it has RTX 3060 in it, but it used to have 7950 old AMD card, which was good enough for streaming. So I put a new card in it, turned it into a gaming PC. It does good like at 75 to 80 FPS on low end settings for Warzone, but I was planning to turn this exact PC, which was my initial streaming PC, I was planning that I already have a motherboard and everything in it, so I'll turn this into my streaming PC. But it gave up on me. Motherboard did not want to turn on. Probably while when I was switching it back and forth, I did something wrong with it. So the motherboard was fried on it. So then I decided that I'll try to stream from this Leppy right here. Now this is my old laptop that I used in my college. So right now it's like flipped it backwards, so that way I'm not like, because it was overheating too much, so I flipped it backwards, and it kind of saved me some space as well, because I'm already using my third-party keyboard and mouse, so kind of like it brings the screen closer so I can use it. So I tried to use this, but when I ran like my internet browser, open up OBS and few other things, it was already at 100% of CPU uses, so that was a no-go at that point.
Then I decided to look for a new motherboard, or like a used motherboard, to put it into that existing PC, which I already have power supply and everything else, so that I could save some money and just put in a new motherboard in it. But all the motherboards were sitting at really high price, and they were not good motherboards anyway. So then I decided to give it a shot to look for a pre-built like a used PC if anybody's selling. So this is what I found. It has i5 6500 with this Cooler Master CPU cooler. This is my motherboard, Asus Maximus V3 Hero. Has Cooler Master, 525 watts of power supply. Whoever had it before didn't do a good job on cable management and everything. So, and also this guy had a power supply upside down, even though it has like exhaust fan on here. And also he was running CPU cooler with a direct Molex connector instead of plugging it in directly right here. It didn't came with RAM, SSD or graphics card. I already have a card from my other PC, 7950. It did pretty good for streaming on my older setup. So even though I was streaming, running Google Chrome and other couple things on the side, and I was only using like about 35 to 40% of my system. So it should just be fine with the i5 and putting in that 7950 in it. I originally had 2 8 gig Corsair Dominator RAM in that PC, which I upgraded and added to another Corsair Vengeance in that one. Now that Dominator is a 3000 megahertz and the Vengeance one is 32 megahertz. So what I did, I ordered two another Vengeance for that one, and I'm gonna steal my Dominator from that and put it in that PC, so that way I have a RAM, I have my graphics card and everything. And now I'm gonna take out everything from that old case, clean it up, put it back in, do proper cable management, and we're waiting on RAM and the SSD. So stay tuned for part 2.